shopping. Me too.
Hello YouTube, welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports live pickup video. Today I am at Trade Fair Antique Mall and Flea Market in Harrisonville, Missouri. Harrisonville is just south of the Kansas City area, about 20-30 miles. So if you're ever in the Kansas City area, this is a massive antique mall flea market, and we're going to go inside and kind of see what we can find. Excuse me. So I'm going to walk in here, and I am going to pause so I'm not recording at the front register. Alright, so here I am inside the antique mall, and I wasn't sure if I was going to record here or not. But here's what I came across. First I found a Ichiro bobblehead for 10 bucks. And this is going to be going to JY Cards. I just called him up on the phone, said, hey man, in the Kansas City area, and found you an Ichiro bobblehead. You interested? For 10 bucks. And he said yes. So you'll be seeing that soon, JY Cards. Also found a Family Guy original Xbox game. That's a pretty collectible original Xbox game. No manual, but good enough. But this is what drew me to this thing. And here's a tub. Kind of hard to see. For $3.50. So I am going to definitely grab that. And I was looking through these, and here are some $85 Donruss commons. Some 82 tops for 2 bucks. Alright, so I am show you where I found that video game. But I am back on the main floor and kind of checking things out. So you're going to see what I see. I already went down this aisle, so I'm going to kind of boogie down this one pretty quickly. What happened was I went down this aisle, and then I turned and went up the stairs. So we're going to backtrack. Then I went up those stairs, which is where I found those cards. So now bunch of old VHS, looks like. It was a good Slapshot 2. I thought that was Slapshot 1. Not the original though. There's the Kurt Warner book. We're going to make sure none of these are autographed. Kurt makes appearances in Missouri quite a bit now that there's Tony Dungy, Josh Hamilton. I think I've got this Tony Dungy book. But one of the tips I always tell people is always check, make sure there's not an autograph in them. Because sometimes you get lucky. I found a signed Rod Carew book one time by checking it. Well, there's a facsimile Joe Gibbs autograph, not the real deal though. So for $8 a pop, not a real good deal. So we'll keep moving on. There's a little hockey photo. Not really interested in that. Couple video games. Nothing I need though. Nothing here. There we go. How much? $100. That's a little much. I think I paid $15 for mine. I have this at home already. That's a little high for that. I remember the last time I was here, I did find some starting lineups. In this booth in particular. Here's the complete Batman set. $20. No thanks. There's the comics. I wonder if that's an original print. So that's a very valuable comic. I'm gonna pause this a second and check to see if that's the first printing, because that's a pretty highly sought after comic. Very popular. If that's original and it's only $6, that's a heck of a deal. This is the 1986 one. So I'm gonna pause you a second and take a look at this Batman comic. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm resuming, looking on the inside, and I believe this is the original reprint. It was originally a single issue series, but I believe this is the first run of this. Now, unfortunately, there is a little damage on the inside. Looks like maybe this got wet or something at one time, but for $6, that's not a bad price for that, so I think I'm gonna possibly buy that, so I'll come back to you in a little bit. Alright, so I decided to not buy that issue because of A, the condition, and B, it is not the first edition, so I put it back. But here are some random starting lineup figures. Just a little bit out of my buy range though. They're, you know, 10, 20 bucks. You know, when you buy Michael Jordans for, you know, $8, it's kind of hard to pay 20 for one. So I'm going to leave these here for the next person to get them if they really want them. There's a random UCLA Bruins helmet. What's that doing in the middle of Kansas? Kind of a mess back here. Bunch of old records, some old comics. I mean, this is just kind of a mess. And you know, when I buy comics, when I see one that's like $3, I'm not gonna waste my time going through all these. I'm not really well versed in comics, but I'm not gonna pay $3, $4, $5 a comic. I know that much. There's some old ball mitts. I don't know what kind of prices we got on these. $4. That's my kind of mitt. So who do we got here? Joe Torre. So a Joe Torre mitt for $4. Let's see who else we got in the bin here. That's nobody. This one's $3. And we got nobody. And what do we got here? We have a Cal Ripken Jr. $15 on that one though. And $4 on this old dog, but Bobby Toll. Oh, there's some bats back here too. I collect bats, as you guys know. Let's see what kind of price is. 25. 125. What? Oh, 15. Okay, that's a little better. Still, that's a little more than I like to pay for bats. 10 or less is kind of my philosophy on those. Unless I find like a Rogers Hornsby or something, I might pay $15 for that. So moving on. So we're done with this part. We've already gone up there, so we're going to come back down to the main floor. I don't see some random Star Wars books. Lego Dimensions for Xbox 360. KC Royals Champs hat. Tom in Kansas City. Got an Xbox. Nintendo. It's not bad for that Wii. Only 20. Oh, 35. It's not bad. I already got 2 of them though. Game Boy for 50. Not bad prices, but I have all those systems already. Xbox One. There's nothing there catching my eye. They got a whole wall of gloves here. George Brett. Gotta have one of those in Kansas City. Tony Gwynn. Reggie. A lot of kids' gloves. Another George Brett model. Another George Brett model. No, I just passed a couple. I'm not going to show them on camera, but they had 2 newborn babies, 5 months old. And you heard the conversation there. I'm like, oh, they sell those here now? But they were absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. But again, not going to put them on video. There's a Popeye lunch tray. That's pretty sweet. Alright, I am going to pause for a minute and we will come back when I find something. Alright, so I'm back. My father pointed out some stuff to me, so I went back there and checked it out, and I'm going to kind of show you guys what I'm about to walk into because it's a complete mess. This isn't what I'm going to show you, but some triple play boxes for $8 a piece. A little bit more than I want to pay for them. Maybe 5 at most. Nothing special about those sets. Here's some random George Brett kitty bats. For $5. Or $10, excuse me. $5 for the black ones. These are only 5, but I'm not too interested in that. So a couple more things I spotted on the way back here. Some random Hot Wheels. Some autographs, Georgia Brett bat, bobbleheads, $50 a piece. Balls. Pretty high priced. But this is what my father told me to come check out, and if you come back here, got some dog carriers and such. Alright, so this is the booth that I came to, and here's the thing. There is a ton of crap here. Tons. And like these things have prices on them, but a lot of the stuff has no prices on it. So I have no idea how much some of this stuff costs. For example, that and this. So I found something that I wanted, and I took it up to the counter. And they literally told me that they had to text the guy, take a picture of the item, and ask how much he wanted for it. No, I've been to a lot of antique malls and flea markets. I have never heard of anybody having to do that just to try to get a price on something. I mean, if you're gonna sell something, put a price on it. I mean, there's tons of stuff that I'm interested in, but the person's not here. So how do you know? You know, I mean, I would love to buy some of these small sets, but I'm not. So I take it up to the counter and they're like, oh, well, he's on his way. I said, look, you know, I'm traveling. I don't have time to wait till some random guy shows up and has time to maybe sell me some stuff. I kind of wanted to know how much all this stuff was. So what I did do is I found a few things. I found another stack of these over here. These are the baseball talk players. As you can see, there's a crap load of them here. Luckily, there was a price of $5 on it, so I grabbed one of those. Why not have another one? My wife will love that. But there are some other random things I've seen stacked around here that, you know, like I'd be interested in these Wall Street journals, but again, no price. So, you know, word to the wise, if you're a seller or a buyer, I mean, you want to have the opportunity to buy stuff, but if you don't price it, how does one buy it? Now, the only other thing I found was there's a stack of the old playing cards for $1 a stack. I'll give the guy $1 for these. I actually found the next year's as well, so hopefully they'll give that to me for $1. So I'm going to buy a few of those. Luckily, because they're priced. But, you know, there's just so much stuff here. And there's no way of knowing how much anything costs. And I have a lot of this stuff already. So this isn't like a life or death purchase. But this is an example of one of the most disorganized booths I've ever seen in my life. And, you know, in the defense of the gals working up front, they said it is a work in progress, which I understand. But it frustrates the consumer when you can't find what you want to buy. So, to no avail, I'm probably going to finish the video up here and kind of show you what I did wind up buying, but maybe in a year or two, if I pass back through here again, maybe this guy will be more organized. Maybe I can make some more purchases, but for now, this is not worth the time to dig through all this stuff to negotiate a price with somebody that's not even here. You know, one of the things that I would recommend is maybe I know you don't have time to do stuff, but maybe set up like a $1 section, a $5 section, a $10 section, and just make each shelf a price. Put a sticker on everything saying, you know, this is a $1 sticker, this is a $5 sticker, and that's a $10 sticker. Simple as that. So, I will see you in a little bit. Alright, so I am back home from my excursion in Harrisonville, Missouri. I just thought I'd share with you some of the things that I picked up. Overall, some good deals, not anything super exciting, but the one thing, like I mentioned in the video, that I had a little bit of complaint about was how the lack of pricing was on the shelf there. It makes it really hard to try to shop. And I had to actually bring stuff up to the counter, have the person working at the store text a picture of the items I wanted to buy to the owner so he could negotiate a price in my direction. I mean, it just seemed like a complete, utter waste of everybody's time. when you could have just simply priced your stuff and let the consumer decide whether or not they want to buy it. So I probably would have bought more. So if the owner of that booth sees this video, you're only hurting yourself, in my opinion. So that's just my 2 cents on what you saw on the live pickup there. So I will share with you some of the things that I picked up. This first item, I have multiple versions of this, I guess you would say. I do have a video that I'm planning to post talking about this specific item, but one of them is a Sports Talk video player, or it's not a video player, excuse me, player. And I am not going to go too much into detail about what this is because I have a video already shot talking specifically about this. So I'm just going to move on and say this is a pretty cool pickup for only $5. Like I said, the guy had probably 15 of them on the shelf, and these were actually priced. So the next two things were kind of bundled together. Again, there was no price, so I didn't know what, I brought them up to the counter, and the first part of that is my favorite player of all time, a Will Clark jigsaw puzzle. And I have never in my life seen one of these, and it is still sealed. Never been opened. So very happy to add this oddball Will Clark item to my Will Clark collection. Again, never in my life have I ever seen one of these. So this was a pretty cool thing, to get, and very happy to find that. Alright, so the next thing that you may have seen in the video, or maybe not, I don't know, it was kind of a mess, was I found a complete set of 1986 Sportflics. I'm going to open the box up here, and it's got the trivia cards. I'll show you a trivia card here. And it has some, I guess, the answer on the back. Yep. So, pretty cool little trivia thing. If you guys remember those used to come in Sportflics, and they also used to come in score packs. But as you can see, I believe it's the whole set. I'm not going to pull it out and count them all, but I pulled out this little section over here just so I could show you who I got. Just a few cards here. And the first one is Hall of Famer George Brett. See the back of the card there. And if you guys remember, I talked, quite a bit about how I enjoy Sportflics. There's Don Mattingly. This is a Wade Boggs. Eddie Murray. Dale Murphy. Ricky Henderson. It's a Yankee. But anyways, I'm not going to go through all 200 cards or whatever. I just wanted to show you that these are very, very cool. I really enjoy Sportflics. I don't know what it is. It's the nostalgia of having these when I was a kid that just brought back the memories. And I saw the set sitting there without a price, so I took it up to the counter with the Will Clark thing, and the guy said $14 for the pair. So $7 for the set, $7 for the puzzle. And I said sold. And this is the premier edition of Sportflics for $7. So very happy to add that to the collection also. Alright, so also in this booth, there was another nostalgia thing that I absolutely loved that I had when I was a kid, And that is, these were priced, and that is the 1990 playing cards. And what these are, I wound up buying 4 of them. And I actually found the following year, 91 as well. And what these are an actual deck of cards with baseball players on them. And I have an open deck right here. And I don't know if they're all here or not. I'm not going to count them, but I'm going to kind of shuffle through them and show you who's in the set. You know, the stars of 1990, basically. And some rookies, because there's Sandy Alomar, would have been his rookie year. But I know I've taken a few of these out and gotten them signed over the years out of the deck. I don't necessarily play cards with them, but I think these are such a neat concept. I mean, definitely love these. I mean, this isn't all 52 of them, I can tell that just by holding them. But very cool collection of cards. You know, very cool way to play cards, that's for sure. And you know, I saw these for $1 a deck, and I'm like, sold. Don't even have to convince me, you know, for those. I mean, I might do a video on these someday. You know, maybe an all-inclusive video, and try to track down all the decks that I have. But definitely happy to add those also to the collection. Alright, you also saw in a different booth, I picked up an Ichiro Suzuki bobblehead, and I am transporting it to a friend, so I was wanting to give that to a friend in the near future. JY Cards, actually. So, you know, hopefully he'll enjoy this. I called him up and asked him if he wanted it, and he said sure. So I'm not going to show that because technically it's not something I'm keeping. So, moving on. You saw these 3 boxes in the video, and this one is just cool. I mean, talk about 90s collecting right there. I have boxes similar to this in my collection, but anyways, and 82 tops. These were only $2 a box, and I figured for $2, what the heck. So as you can imagine, the 82s I'm opening up here. There's not a whole lot but commons in here. Just your basic run-of-the-mill 82 commons. Nothing special. But I did pull a few Hall of Famers out, so it wasn't a total loss. And you're looking at what, you know, 700 cards, roughly, 600 cards. Phil Necro, Jorge Bell, rookie, Dave Parker, Gaylord Perry. There definitely was not a Cal Ripken Jr. one of these in here. I definitely looked. Jesse Barfield, rookie, but no Baltimore Orioles one. I definitely was looking for that, but no such luck on this one. Moving the camera there. Alright, so that's the 82 tops. And again, nothing special. Here are some 85 Donruss, and I think there was even worse people in here. You know, I don't think there were any Hall of Famers in here at all. So they're pretty much commons. But again, paid 20 cents or $2 a box. So I know they're common, but what the heck. And this box, these only get worse. Is basically loaded with 90s junk wax. So 90 Flea, you know, some 91 Donruss, 91 Flea, you know, basically garbage. So I guess technically I probably should have just left this one, being I saw what it was, but I kind of like the box. That's honestly why I bought it. That storage box is just awesome as heck. So, very cool to add that box. I'll probably redistribute that box in a different way and just pull those out and throw them at my garage in the common box. Alright, so the last thing not really the last thing, but one of the last things that you also saw in that booth was a whole tub of cards. And that Family Guy video game, I'll pull that out. That was only $3. Thought that was a pretty fair deal. But this whole tub cost me only $3.50. And there's mixed sports in here. We got basketball. We got baseball. There's even a Ziploc bag of them with more, it looks like. More basketball. Oops. Didn't mean to throw it. But, you know, what the heck. I thought the bucket was worth $3. I mean, I'll use this for something. I'll put my cleaning supplies in it or something after I go through these. But, you know, again, 90s junk ball era. I don't expect to find anything in here, you know, at all, really. So you kind of get what you pay for, but you never know. Probably can use some stuff for some TTMs. So in closing, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to move this out of the way. Found some pretty good deals with this Sportflics. You know, my random decks of cards. Show that what in my wheelchair puzzle. And let's not forget my Sports Talk player. And I should mention I did open the Sports Talk player and everything was in there that was supposed to be there. It appears that it's a brand new unit, so never been used. I want to say that now I have like 5 of these, and again I'll go into more detail in that video that I plan on posting in the future. So hope you enjoyed this. Very happy to add this stuff to my collection. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed another live pickups video.